Al-Qaeda is trying to recruit Muslim Americans as terrorists, a leading US congressman has claimed, as he started controversial hearings into Islamic radicalisation. Critics have accused Peter King of a McCarthyite witch hunt and turning a religious community into scapegoats. But Mr. King insisted that backing down would be craven surrender to political correctness, and he ordered police to enforce tight security around Capitol Hill as the hearings got underway. Our correspondent Sarah Smith is in Washington. Sarah.
John, people here for days have been begging Peter King to call off these hearings. They're worried that they'll just fuel the Islamophobia that has been creeping into American public life and that they could have potentially dangerous consequences.
The Committee on Homeland Security will come to order. I am well aware that the announcement of these hearings has generated considerable controversy and opposition. Let me make it clear today that I remain convinced that these hearings must go forward, and they will. To back down would be a craven surrender to political correctness and an abdication of what I believe to be the main responsibility of this committee, to protect America from a terrorist attack.
A Muslim community that already feels under assault in America thinks they're now being blamed en masse for Al-Qaeda's attacks and demonized by these hearings.
This is the very heart of stereotyping and scapegoating.
The only Muslim ever elected to the US Congress talked about the young police cadet, Salman Hamdani, who died on 9/11 trying to save people inside the Twin Towers, only to be accused of being in league with Al-Qaeda.
Mohammed Salman Hamdani was a fellow American who gave his life for other Americans. His life should not be identified as just a member of an ethnic group or just a member of a religion, but as an American who gave everything for his fellow Americans.
The cases of the Times Square bomber Faisal Shahzad and the Fort Hood shooter Nidal Hassam show there is a real threat from American Muslim terrorists.
God help us. God help us.
Melvin Bledsoe thinks America needs to realise there are dangerous Islamic extremists inside their country trying to brainwash young Muslims. I met him shortly after his son was arrested for shooting 2 American soldiers, claiming he was doing it for Al-Qaeda.
My son was manipulated. He was a victim himself. He had no idea he was falling into this trap. He was led to believe something else was going to happen with him in his life, not knowing that these hunters, these invaders, these evildoers were out to destroy what he thought was right.
We are here today.
Muslims are furious that they're being accused of not cooperating with law enforcement, when nearly half of all arrests for Islamic terrorism are thanks to tip-offs from the Muslim community. But if they feel alienated, they may stop being so helpful.
Jerry is here to meet with us.
Congressman Peter King used to be a proud and public supporter of the IRA.
I want to thank Jerry for being here.
Old footage like this has him accused of hypocrisy as well as McCarthyism. But he says the IRA never attacked the United States, so they were acceptable terrorists. So you can see why Peter King himself is right at the heart of this controversy. No one's trying to deny that there is a threat to America from radical Islam. The questions are about how it's being investigated and by whom. Peter King's a man who in the past has said he thinks there are too many mosques in America and that over 80% of them are run by Islamic extremists. And it's statements like that you can see why it has people wondering if he's more interested in a witch hunt than a genuine investigation.